know I turn everything into a joke, but I care. I want to use that for something important. I waited a long time for this team up.
Well, the wait is over for die-hard fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Deadpool and Wolverine is finally hitting theaters this Friday. The superhero film had its Canadian debut in Toronto last night, and the theater was completely decked out. A fitting homecoming for two characters whose origin stories are set in Canada. And Eli was there to catch up with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman on the red and yellow carpets.
We're here on the red carpet of Deadpool and Wolverine. I have never, in all my years of seeing events at the Scotiabank Theatre in Toronto, never seen the entire theater transformed like this. But perhaps that's to celebrate a movie that it seemed for many years wouldn't be made. Ryan Reynolds wanted to work with his best friend Hugh Jackman, but Hugh Jackman's character, Wolverine, had died. He made the movie Logan. It was over until one day Hugh Jackman had an idea, some questions that were unresolved, and this movie was born. It is easy to say this is probably one of the most anticipated superhero and just movies of this summer. And this also movie packed with Canadian content. We talked to Mr. Deadpool himself and Hugh Jackman about why it needed that content. And here's his somewhat lighthearted answer.
They're Canadian characters. What an opportunity to have two, hugely, I think, iconic superheroes enter the MCU and do it draped in maple syrup.
They're two of the coolest characters. They're Canadian, so they're sexy. And what else? They're out. Yeah, they march to the beat of their own drum, and they're not going to be pushed around by anybody.
But they also talked to us about their bond. I mean, Hugh and Ryan have been friends for many years, and even on set, Hugh was singing Ryan Reynolds' praises about how he would talk to him as a writer, as a producer, to help both of them find new facets of their characters. Now, don't get me wrong, this movie is pretty out there and a lot of fun, like many of the Deadpool movies. But what is also interesting is that the director is also Canadian, Shawn Levy, and he was telling us he insisted that this had to come home to our country.
I don't know that I can think of a mainstream event movie tentpole that is more Canadian than Deadpool and Wolverine, so it feels great. I mean, from the very beginning, we told Disney and Marvel, we're like, we'll travel all over the world talking about this movie, but we're coming to Canada. We're coming to Canada, and it just feels right.
And you'll get a chance to see what kind of stamp Shawn Levy puts on the Deadpool franchise when the movie opens this Friday. Eli Glasner, CBC News, Toronto.